From Main Street in Webster, New York, it's been 2 years of a COVID vacation, but we're happy to be back with a 2022 edition of the Webster Fireman's Parade. Hi, everybody. Mike Auger along with Barry Howard. Barry, welcome back. I haven't seen you for 2 years.
Good to see you. Yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be on Main Street. A beautiful sunny night.
It's
great
gorgeous.
Crowds. We got people everywhere. It's awesome. The parade's about to come through the four corners, and I think we've got close to 75 units today. So we're really pleased to bring you that. And thanks to our people at Channel 12 that do such a great job bringing you the parade. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's move on.
Leading off tonight are the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 20. I actually think that might be the chief first, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the black car is the Webster Police with
Dennis
Chief
Kohlmeyer.
Dennis Kohlmeyer.
Remember when he was
Round
just
of
a little
applause.
son of
And
Lieutenant
family.
Kohlmeyer?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next is the Vietnam Veterans of
Vietnam
America,
Veterans of
Chapter
America.
20.
Always happy to see them. They
Ring
always get a nice
Gerson
round
and
of
company.
applause.
More veterans.
Their numbers are dwindling as well.
Yeah.
Remember when we started doing these parades, they were all young guys walking down Main Street.
Exactly. And there was a whole bunch of them.
Of course,
Next
we
is
were a
the
little
Monroe
younger
County
then, too.
Sheriff, K9 Unit, and Cycle Unit.
Oh, here's the county sheriff's.
K9 unit along with the cycle unit.
Yeah. Sharp-looking motorcycles.
Thanks to the sheriffs for coming out.
I still remember the Webster K9 unit dogs so well from my years working at the station.
Yeah.
They had
Those
one
interceptors.
Vole. Remember Vole? He was like the first one.
Yeah.
And
I
one
do
winter
remember.
night when we were televising the town board, I went around behind it, and there was Vole waiting for me.
Next
as I
is the
was
Webster
winding up
Marching
my
Band.
cables, and hello, dog.
Yeah.
A little scary. Anyway,
Jeremy
here's the Webster Marching
Bowens
Band.
and Brittany Cole are their directors.
Webster High School Marching Band coming to us today. Jared Bowers and Brittany Cole are their directors. Patriotic music.
Wonderfully talented kids. Brought a lot of recognition to the town over the years.
A few championships both at the national level and at the New York State level.
And performed at a few bowl games. And Main Street USA and Disney. Yeah, nice hand for the Webster High School Marching Band.
Marching band always has a follow car, just in case the heat gets to be too much.
Yep.
It was nice to see them in summer uniforms
Yes,
instead
it
of those fall uniforms.
Yeah.
They normally compete in the fall and winter, and they need those heavy uniforms for that. And so luckily they were in some lighter uniforms. And here comes the home team.
And here we go, the hometown team, 100% volunteer. The Webster Volunteer Fire Department with Chief Andrew Morgan, First Assistant Chief Brian Smith, Second Assistant Chief Steve Kozak. Our fill-ins tonight are the Ontario Volunteer Fire Department and the Bushdale Fire Department. Thank you guys.
Webster putting on a show for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We should mention they don't get judged, so they can do it.
Right, they don't get judged, so they can make a lot of noise.
They can make a lot of noise, and they do.
And they do. F100's got our Chiefs on it, and past Chiefs are up in the basket.
There they are.
Along with their chaplain. Engine 102.
They're all out here tonight. Because they don't have very far to go. They'll make a lap and head back to the barn.
That one's from the Penfield house. 104 is down at the Penfield house.
Ah, okay. I remember when they only had 2 fire stations in town.
Yeah.
The Village and West Webster, and that was it.
Yeah. What are we up to? 5?
Something like that. Yeah.
Northeast has 3. There's one in Penfield, one up on Phillips Road, one in the Village. West Webster's got 2. Yeah. We got 5 so.
Put some assorted rescue vehicles and
Light rescue.
they get them all spiffed up. Looking pretty
7
sharp.
EMS response. Light rescue. Here comes the muscle in 108.
Here we go.
I wish they'd open the doors on these because
Yeah,
you could
oh
see
my
the
gosh.
stuff that's in there
Yeah.
that they've got inside those trucks. We will see that because Webster doesn't get judged. They generally keep everything closed down, but
Right.
the other fire departments will be judged, and you'll be able to see inside the trucks to see
Yep.
what's going on.
Because it's just like a high school term paper. Neatness counts.
Neatness counts, exactly. And we got 1026, another rescue. Along with our
Like a gator
All
there.
track-
Yeah, that's awesome. Listen,
all
look
track
at the
vehicle.
tracks on that thing.
Vehicle will take you anywhere you need to go. And it's got a little water on it too.
Next is the Webster Highway Department. They keep the roads clean and they keep them repaired. Way to go, Webster.
Webster Highway Department is next.
Pat Stevens, our highway superintendent. Keeping them. I always make this comment. And you look at these trucks and you look at them and you're like, that they must have just bought that one last week.
Yeah.
And then you find out that truck's 8 years old. That truck's 10 years old. Fire trucks and highway trucks, the same thing.
When we used to have the open houses, we would make that a contest. Say which truck is the oldest, and they could never get it right because they all look the same.
Because they
There's some earth moving done with that thing.
John, nothing runs like a deer. John gets pulled over. Clean idle trucks. A milling machine.
No, I'll be back to work tomorrow.
Webster Sewer Department, Art Patrol, director, the flush truck, some more Webster Highway coming down.
They're raising that Big old claw. Kids love to watch that stuff. Look at them, they're glued to it, all the kids on the side there. He's waving his arms up, bringing on the applause. He wants it, there you go. And he deserves it, I must say. Very imposing, isn't it?
It is.
Next is urgent care now over on Barrett Drive. Dr. Brian Daly and company.
Dr. Daly and the staff at Urgent Care now on Barrett Drive always do a great job. Did it for me when I had a fall a couple of years ago.
Urgent care right in the village, right on 60 Barrett Drive. Next up, our neighbors to the west, the West Webster.
Next
Fire
is the
Department.
West Webster Volunteer Firemen's Association. Chief Brian Kelly. And today is Chief Brian Kelly's birthday, so let's give him a big round of applause for Chief Brian Kelly.
There you go. We heard
Brian
it.
Kelly's
Kelly.
You look good for 60, Chief.
West Webster. Some of their volunteer firemen
The
still
people at the coach are
100%.
singing happy birthday to the chief, so there you go. Don't know if any of our mics picked that up, but
There was a little singing going on.
they got a blush out of them. And there's the
There's more
fire
Webster.
explorers and the firefighters and the women's auxiliary.
Explorers are up and coming firefighters and the ladies auxiliary. That we can't call them the ladies auxiliary anymore. They're the auxiliary.
Women's auxiliary. Or
And I forgot to mention the ladies auxiliary for West Webster is right.
Well, he
leading up
called
the
it the
tail.
ladies, didn't he? Okay. Send your letters to not us.
This is a replica that was built by Dave Davis from the West Webster Volunteer Fire Department.
It's a 1926 Aaron spot.
Replica of that. West Webster's antique.
Just going by was a
1926?
1926 Aaron Fox.
Wow.
One of West Webster's Cadillac ambulances. We don't get to see those much anymore.
Oh, you don't
This is
see
a
them on the road at all.
1935 Ford for West Webster.
We were just talking about that the other day. One of my friends from high school bought one surplus for $98.
This is a 1974 West Webster ambulance.
Cadillac
It's not a
station wagon.
Ghostbuster machine.
It could be a Ghostbuster machine.
And there's
The
some
West Webster Chiefs
slightly
vehicles.
newer vintage.
How are ya? That one looks like one of the new Chevys.
Lights flashing everywhere on them
Yeah.
now. Remember when they only had one on top?
Now these have got the visibility. These new light systems have got visibility that's twice, 3 times as far back as they really do a good job with
Yes, they do.
the technology today, the strobing and the lights, the LEDs. Makes it so that you can, if you're driving that fire truck, you can be seen, and if you're in the neighborhood, you can see them coming.
Absolutely.
So it's good.
And you know, they use a lot of those lighting systems too to light up night construction areas on interstates.
Exactly.
This
You
is
can
all
see
the
'em from a long
equipment
way off.
protecting Webster citizens. Let's give them a great applause.
Light rescue truck, followed by engine 123. West Webster.
Those big pumpers, they just
Engine 124.
Yeah.
So big. That's a heavy pumper right there. That thing has got some water in it.
the amount of water that they can move with those pumps is just incredible.
Engine 125 coming in with you.
Beautiful. Once again, I don't believe they're being judged because the doors are all closed and we haven't heard a few horns going.
Engine 128. That's a rescue 128.
Rescue 128, yeah. I don't know if our cameras got a shot of it or not. There was a Dalmatian inside Rescue 128.
Engine 1230, and then ladder 120. 120.
Next is the Penfield Ambulance,
I'll put the kids
led
on
by
standby alert.
Dan
First
Reardon.
the candy is
They are
coming
the filling ambulance on the field on Thursday and Saturday. Let's hear it for the Penfield Ambulance.
out. Penfield Ambulance here again. Always glad to see them.
Fields to come out.
Kids are even more glad as they are tossing candy.
$37.19. Penfield buses. Little lag coming. Stop. Just a slight lag, but we're looking like Ontario Fire Company's trying to catch up.
Well, they've slowed down in front of us, so they have a chance to now.
It's come to a stop. You know, we're really so blessed with the volunteers that we have in the Webster Volunteer Fire Department, in Northeast Joint Fire District, in West Webster, Penfield Ambulance.
Yep.
It's just amazing. The people that put their time and the training in that's necessary. And then all of the rest of the professionals that come.
was gonna say-
Webster EMS, Northeast Quadrant.
Next is the Ontario Fire Department with Chief Josh Dundon and President Alan Stavernick. They are our filling company at Station 1 this Thursday. Let's hear it for Ontario Fire.
Not to mention the bordering units or the bordering departments that cover when we need them.
Exactly, and we do need coverage during the carnival. So this fire company is going to fill in tonight at Station 1 on South Avenue. We got some marchers, quite a few coming from Ontario. Good size coverage.
And the auxiliary as well.
It looks like the Ontario Ladies Auxiliary showed up in a big squad tonight. Woo!
Ontario Chiefs coming into view.
Chiefs
We've got a
vehicles
light,
and,
a light rescue.
Yep. Now that rescue
Ontario's
truck that
Rescue
just
30.
went by reminds me of the one on Emergency Room. Remember that show?
Exactly. Then we got an off-road. They're hauling on the trailer. The light rescue. We've got some firefighting capabilities, tracks. So this thing can go anywhere. This thing can go in the snow. This can go out in the middle of a field. This can go just about anywhere that you need it for a rescue, which in our area, we got a lot of open areas that are, there's open fields, there's snowmobiles, there's people that are out hiking.
Yep.
You're out in the woods someplace. You can't get a great big rescue truck out there. You got to have something that gets them to the scene.
And that'll get the job done.
Yep. Gator number 7 from the Ontario Fire District in the 3rd Battalion. And then this is Rescue 8 from Ontario.
And it looks like Webster Citizens Action League is next.
Next is the Webster Citizens Action League with Lori Reynolds and company.
Rich Walter,
That's the Webster Citizens
Lori
Action League.
Reynolds. Got a car and a pickup truck there.
So this is a tradition that happened quite a while ago. As the Citizens Action League comes by, then they've got their pickup truck, some music on.
Next, coming in loud and proud as the Toronto Fire cycles and support cars.
Visitors from Canada.
Drive down, they've been to our parades coming for years. They light it right up.
Thank you guys for coming.
And yes, we got your flag too. Right behind the big spin guys.
Thank you very much. 10 years this year. Proud to be here.
There you go. Here,
This
they
is
are.
10 years
It's
that
been
Toronto
10
Fire Department has come
years.
down to join us. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
They were here.
Good to see him.
Next is Bolter Rigging. It is 130th year in business. That's Bolter Rigging, 130 years.
And with Bolter Rigging coming up, I just want to say a couple of things here. We were shocked and saddened to learn of the recent passing of Bill Bolter. It was just days ago. He was a giant in this town. So well liked was Bill, he could have run for elective office and been successful. Instead, he chose to run a prosperous business, raise a family, and leave his mark on this community in countless ways. He'll certainly be missed, and Webster is so much the better because Bill Bolter chose to live and work here.
Bill Bolter was one of the founding commissioners in the Northeast Joint Fire District, and you could always find him at the carnival every year. He contributed a whole lot to the fire department, and our community is really grateful for his service, for everything that he's done, from the trucks and the trailers to moving whatever needed to be done, and he has really left a mark on our community. We'll be sadly, sadly missed.
Good guy and a good friend, Bill Bolter.
A couple of their original karting.
Next is the U.S. Navy, led by Lieutenant Richard Wynn.
And nice hand for the U.S. Navy. They're here.
Jimmy Wynn's son, Lieutenant Richard Wynn.
Lieutenant! Thank you.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Thank you, guys.
My dad was a Navy veteran, World War II.
Next is the Penfield Fire Company.
He used to quote that song. He'd say, I joined
And
the
the
Navy to
Penfield
see the
Band.
world, and what did I see? I saw the sea.
Chief Bob.
There's the Penfield Fire Department's coming in with their band.
And look at Penfield Firefighters and Auxiliary.
Thank you, Penfield and Ladies Auxiliary. Thank you.
Penfield Auxiliary along with their explorers. And they brought some apparatus.
That truck fools me every year. I think that's a Chevy logo on the front when I see it from a distance.
Oh yeah.
And it always fools me. American friends.
Nice job.
I wish they put the year on the side of those so we
I
could
know.
tell what they were. This one's
They're great.
What year is that one?
As they say, they don't make them like they used to.
no.
The first two antiques were 1929, 1930 from Penfield.
That
Engine
answers our question.
Yep,
right there.
1930, 1929, 1930. Engine 374. Enfield in the 3rd Battalion. Rescue 378.
And the Webster Public Library.
The library's coming up next.
Next is the Webster Public Library, led by Adam Traub.
Hefty pirate out there leading the way. Wielding that,
That would
sword.
be Adam Traub, who's one of our librarians and one of the community outreach people.
Reminding the kids to pay their library fines or else. And libraries, as you know, have oceans of possibilities, and there it is.
Our books are worth reading. Next up, it looks like we've got the Webster Democratic Committee.
Next is Jamie Romeo, Monroe County Clerk
There's Jamie Romeo, the county clerk in front
and
of us,
Company.
And the Webster Democrats.
leading the way for the Webster Democrats.
Danielle Palermo Jimenez is their leader.
Next is the Webster Democratic Committee, led by Daniel Palomara,
Palermo.
Palermo.
and I can't get to that. Palomaro, Danielle Palermo Jimenez. Thank you, folks.
There she is.
Next is the Lincoln Fire Department.
Chief Dan Fetter is with us from the Lincoln Fire Department, and they've got some marchers and some
Led with
apparatus.
Chief Dan Fenders.
75 years. They've been around for a little while.
They have. Their truck's a unique shade of that yellow.
Not all fire engines are red.
That's right.
And
Thank you,
I
Lincoln,
used
for
to-
coming out.
I used to say that these were yellow, and then I got corrected and got told that they are orange.
Well,
And
it's
the
definitely
different-
the same shade of yellow that we see in other departments.
And it's always to try and increase the visibility of the vehicle. The different colors are done that way. They got a light rescue with them today, and an engine and fire rescue. This one's an engine and a rescue truck combined.
And following them, Challenger Miracle Field.
Next is
now,
the Challenger
imagine a place
Miracle Field
where we focus
with
on
Chris
what makes us alike, not
Tuminelli.
what makes us different.
Tuminelli.
A place where
Excuse me.
joy and laughter fill the air, where adults and kids play together, where everyone belongs. That place is Challenger Miracle Field of Greater Rochester, right here in
Thank you,
Webster.
folks. Thank you.
Started as a simple idea, giving kids and adults with disabilities the opportunity to play America's favorite pastime together, and it's grown. If you haven't seen that field, get out and see it, because it is
Exactly.
something else to watch.
They are something else.
It is a space like no other in the community.
And there's Ron giving away some bags. Challenger It's an amazing facility.
It is.
Thank you, ball players. Thank you.
Definitely worth checking it out. And you got both the ball fields and the playground that are there.
They're great. And we just got some candy from them.
And we got some more candy.
Another reason to like them a lot.
They got quite the contingent that came from Miracle Field tonight. That's awesome.
They did a lot.
They got quite a bit.
Next is the Webster Theater Guild with President Jim Pringle and Company.
Webster Theater Guild.
Jim Pringle, the president of the Webster Theater Guild, with the truck and trailer. And
Coming this October. Annie.
Are you going to play the
Daddy Warbucks?
The lead Daddy Warbucks character?
I don't think so. They need somebody with talent. There we go. There he is on the trailer. Right? They don't need me.
It's a hard knock life for us. Steady treated,
But get out and see it. I'm sure they do a great job. They do on all of their production.
Next is Paul Davis,
Paul
Restoration
Davis.
of Greater Rochester.
Restoration, that's
President David Savage and Company.
water damage,
And thank you for
any
your support.
reconstruction or restorations.
They handle it
They
all.
handle it, you
Paul
bet.
Davis.
There it is, water, fire, mold, and storm.
And the Dolomite Group. This is an old truck.
Yes, it is.
Next
it was
is the
a noisy
Dolomite
old truck
Group.
when it went by earlier.
Dolomite Group originally, that business got started as a.
Thank you for your support, guys.
So we need some
Dale.
stone.
Yep.
And they originally, the Odenbach family originally built ships, and the shipyard was covered in mud, so they needed some stone to cover it up. They started mining the stone, and now today they have probably one of the largest stone operations in the country.
Yep.
Along with mixed products like asphalt and concrete.
Materials and supplies, they're your people.
They are.
Manitowoc Concrete. That's a spiffy
All of
looking
it's
concrete truck,
they're all
isn't it?
operated now by Callanan Industries out of Ireland.
Yep.
Even air conditioned. He's got the windows up to keep the air conditioning
Isn't that something?
going. Yeah, amazing. That does look like a fairly new mixer.
It does.
And one of our favorite marching units coming in. Takes them another second or two. They're just coming through the four corners. Fairport Fire Department, they are always amazing. Chief Mike Klotz. And they're going to bring engines and chief's vehicles, and they're going to have a marching band, and they've got marchers and auxiliary. So this is amazing.
And for many years, he retired a few years ago. They had one
Next
of the
is
best
the
drum
Fairport Fire
majors.
Department Marching Band.
He was the star of the show for sure. Fairport Marching Band started in 1972.
And the Fairport firefighters are here as well.
Next is the Fairport Fire Department. Big hands for the Fairport Fire Department. Chief Mike Probst.
a big unit in the 3rd Battalion. Fairport's a big.
Thank you, Fairport.
Big fire department.
And they've got some equipment as well.
Engine 3414 coming into view. Another fire company where you can't tell how old those vehicles are because they take such good care of them.
I was just thinking these got to be very trying times for fire departments with the cost of gasoline and fuels. It's got to be very tough to budget.
It is. It's got to be very difficult.
But they find a way because the job they do is just so important.
The 3418 rescue truck.
Next is South Macedon Fire and Rescue Company. And their new truck.
Chris Creamer is their chief. And we had the Webster Democrats here a minute ago, so it's only time to
Next is the
bring the
Webster
other side in.
Republican
The
Committee,
Webster Republicans are here.
led by Pete Elder. And it should also have Town Councilwoman Jenny Wynn.
Judge Lozano marching with them for Supreme Court. And we got a few of them.
There's Jenny Wynn.
Hey, no campaigning. No campaigning.
There's Jenny.
Oh my God.
Hi, Peter.
God, who's that guy in that? Oh my God.
Mark, get in.
That's John.
Get in.
Laurent
Hi,
Singletary.
guys. Good to see you.
Laurent Singletary running for Congress.
Yeah.
Len Morrell running for State Senate. On the Republican ticket. Hoping to make a difference in our State Senate, Albany group. Town Supervisor Tom Flaherty talking to some of the people in the crowd. Coming up in the
Good to see you, Tom.
coming up. Hi, Tom.
Hi, gang. Barry, how are you?
Good. And we got the Webster Lions
Webster
from
Lions.
the Lions Club coming through.
Hey, you know, whenever a Lions Club gets together, problems get smaller and smaller, and communities get better. That's
Next
because
is the
they
Webster
help where
Lions
help is
Club.
needed in their own community
Managed
and
by
beyond.
Marge
Webster
Hill.
Lions Club.
Marge Hill is their leader. Webster Lions Club.
You ever been out and seen Camp Smile?
Yes, I have.
Amazing facility, isn't it?
Williamson Fire Department coming into view. Fire Company number 1. And their chief, Fred Blauvelt. Williamson had a really great rescue.
Next
just a
is the
few weeks
Williamson
ago.
Fire Company number 1, Chief Fred Flowers.
They had a commercial property fire that could have been absolutely catastrophic, but because of their training, because they were inside that building, familiarizing themselves with what was there and where things were, when the fire broke out, they were able to put it out and save, for sure, lots of people working there, saved a lot of property, saved a lot of lives.
Thank you, Williamson.
From a small Wayne County fire department. They did an awesome job. There's a light rescue.
The size may not be there, the training and dedication definitely are.
M15, M62, light rescues, 100% volunteer out in Williamson.
Look at this old truck coming up here. Now that's a unique color for a fire engine.
That's from Ridge Culvert.
Ridge Culvert.
So we got, looks like all of the Arundecoit fire departments are going to come with. Ridge Culvert is with us from Arundecoit. Culver, Arundecoit Fire District.
I hear sea breeze.
Next is the Arundecoit Fire Department, led by Chief Steve Sessler.
St. Paul's in here someplace. Arundecoit's Chief Steve Sessler. Seabreeze Chief Jay Campbell.
Next is the Seabreeze Fire Department, with Chief Campbell
Boys from St. Paul.
and company.
Seabreeze.
Thank you, guys. Ladies.
That St. Paul, that siren from St. Paul will wake the dead.
Yes.
You are going to be out of their way in a hurry.
Next, it's the boys from St. Paul.
Boys from St.
Arundecoit.
Now the Webster Open Space Committee.
Next is Webster Open Space Committee, led by Diane Davis and Peter Elders.
Always lobbying. Webster is very blessed. We have a lot of open space in Webster, and we want to keep it that way, and we want even more if we can. But as a percentage of the town of Webster compared to many other towns in Monroe County, we are at the top of the list.
Absolutely, and parks as well. It goes back to supervisors Kathy Thomas, Hank Kuyava,
Exactly.
Ron Nesbitt.
It looks like Maddie McKibben is here from Serenity Life with some marchers.
Next is Serenity Life.
Serenity Life is a mental health counseling facility.
Done through art therapy.
Yeah, that's unusual. That's
it's
something new, and I've heard very effective.
Thank you, folks, for your support.
And they work with youth and adults, ages 2 and up.
Yeah, they treat addiction, they treat trauma, they treat anxiety. Sign up for all three.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness. Okay, East Rochester is rolling in here.
From the 3rd Battalion, East Rochester Fire Department. I think Matt Dombrowski is their chief, and they are going to bring us a band first. And they've been around
Next
since,
is the East Rochester Fire Department Band.
They sound amazing.
Next is the East Rochester Fire Department, led by Chief Matt Dombrowski. Let's hear it for East Rochester.
And Dombrowski and the East Rochester firefighters. Glad to see him. days when the Chiefs used to ride in their own cars to fires.
Exactly. They've been volunteering there since 1877. 3427 Lake West.
Well, if they've been in the department that long, they deserve their own car.
They gotta leave their own cars, yeah. Engine 323 from East Rochester. East Rochester, Penfield, Fairport, all 3rd Battalion in Monroe County. And they brought a squad. This is a great transportation vehicle. Pile them in the back and move them like cattle.
Yep.
And it gets them to and
Get
from,
them
so they
there
don't have
and
to,
get them
they
quick.
don't have
Yep.
to have 10,000 cars coming to a parade.
Next
up,
is
we got
Walworth
Wilbur.
Incorporated.
Yeah, and the Wilbur family bringing us a tractor trailer load of fun.
Car barn Christmas trees, that's what I'm thinking.
Premium auto parts.
It's not the kind of Christmas tree you usually get at Wilbert's, but it's
No.
kind of pretty.
They do have
Christmas tree
they
made
do
Oh.
of.
have. Thank you. They do
Thank you,
have-
Wilbur, for your support. Those who don't know, they give us cars every year to tear apart and cut up and get ready to save people.
So yeah, that
Thank
was
you, Wilbur.
the announcer just made mention that Wilbert's always volunteers to and sends gives cars and trucks to the volunteer fire department so they can train. They can train.
Next
on
is the
how to
Police
open.
Fire
They
Department.
can
Let's
train-
hear it.
they can
Chief
train
Kurt
on
Cronin
setting them on
and a
fire.
Rescue 64 boat.
And Pulteneyville is
Thank you,
here. Chief Kurt Cronin. And in Pulteneyville, one of the things you might need is a rescue boat. And there's theirs.
Next is Rock Clean Cans. Owner-operator Dave Callis.
Yeah.
You need your garbage cans clean, these are the guys to go to.
Rock clean cans. Awesome.
Not a service that I remember hearing a lot about.
Next is the Great Lakes Equipment and Sales and Service. For your tractor and UTV needs.
Great Lakes Equipment Sales and Services here. A nice gator there. Hauling some
Great Lakes.
pretty spiffy equipment there.
They're Gravely equipment there. Great Lakes specializes in all kinds, but Gravely's one of their big products. Skag and Gravely both.
My son has one of those zero-turn mowers. I tried to cut his lawn.
You went around in
I
circles?
almost drove into a tree a couple
Yeah.
times.
And next, we have a bunch of minnows. The Webster Bluefins.
Webster Bluefins
Let's
are
hear it for
here.
the Bluefins.
Rob Wall, the
Head coach is Rob Whale. Thank you, Simmons. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the bluefins start at age 8, and the farther up you go in bluefins, the more competitive it gets. So they're teaching kids to swim early, and they're teaching them to be competitive, and a lot of them turn out to be really, really good swimmers in local competition.
And they go on to be high school and college and Olympic swimmers.
Absolutely.
Next is the Webster Knights of Columbus, led by Dave McCoy. Let's hear it for the Knights of Columbus.
Knights of Columbus here.
Trinity Council, the Knights of Columbus.
That's pretty good. Good stuff. A lot of candy there. Kids very much enjoying that. They always
They
do.
like the candy.
And a spiffy looking blue Mustang too.
And rest up.
Next
It's
is
the
the
Junior
Webster
Warriors
Junior
and the
Warriors,
Junior
Junior Titans.
There they are.
Let's hear it for the juniors.
Junior Warriors, Junior Titans football.
There is a slew of them.
They start with the young ones, flag football, and they go all the way up to 3 levels of tackle and some very hard throwers.
Some
They're
hard
quarterbacks.
throws. They got some quarterbacks throwing Tootsie Rolls.
school and college players come out of those junior Warriors, Junior Titans football leagues.
A whole lot of them.
I didn't mention, and I should have, I apologize, the cheerleading program for them as well.
Exactly.
Cheerleading programs there. I had a daughter go through that, ended up high school cheerleader, and it's great to see them out there supporting football programs in so many different ways.
After a couple of years of not having a parade, it's nice to see that many out.
Absolutely. Crowds are huge. We didn't mention that at the top, but crowds are really big this year.
Really good. So now this is coming into view as one of my favorites, which is the Fairville Volunteer Fire Department, but they're led by...
Next is Towpath, fife and drums, marching for the Walworth Fire Department.
Full costume. Looks like we got a couple of young ones right in training, right in front, coming into view on the camera now.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Next, we have the Walworth Fire Department, led by Chief Gary Geronimo. Thank you guys for coming out.
Walworth Fire Department. Gary Germano is their chief.
And the Ladies Auxiliary for Walworth Fire Department. Thank you, ladies.
There's a vintage Chevy truck, looks like about a 1950, 52 maybe. 1950, there it is, 1950 Chevrolet. Dedicated.
Until 1982.
Yeah, how about that? They used it until 82.
This is a 1950 Chevy, retired in 1982. A couple more years left in that.
Walworth, I think, is followed by West Walworth.
Next, we have the West Walworth Fire Department, led by Chief Jeremiah Schufelt. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Let's hear it for West Walworth Fire Department.
Brought a truck along as well. I'm disappointed they're not opening the doors, even the ones that are being judged
No, I
haven't
know
had the
they
doors
aren't.
open.
Maybe there's too much for them to see.
That could be.
168 from West Walworth.
Anyway, we thank you for coming.
Strike It Up Artistic Center coming up next.
Next is Strike It Up Artistic Center. Ontario, New York. Let's hear it for the ladies.
They are out on Route 104 in Ontario, and these young people are doing some crazy stuff out on the street.
I think I get a backache just watching them.
Oh, it's a little crazy. And we got something looking at
Future astronaut there.
Journey Through Space.
Thank you to Tori Colombo and the Strike It Up Artistic Center.
Well, we got a little break before the next unit comes in, and it's amazing. There isn't a cloud in the sky. The sun is shining bright. And another huge moon tonight too. We got a couple more nights of this huge moon that's so close to us in the orbit.
That will
Lights up the whole. It's like somebody forgot to turn out the lights last night when the clouds cleared and the rain came through. But we got crowds in a lot of spots. It's 4, 5, 6 people deep.
And you know the other nice thing, Barrett? It's only in the 70s.
I know.
The temperature is not. Some years we've sat here just roasting.
Exactly. So yeah, we really lucked out. The weather was it's a perfect night for a parade, for sure. Absolutely perfect.
All right, here are the Marion Redcaps.
The Marion Redcaps are coming with the Farmington Fire Association.
Next is the Marion Redcaps Marching Band, marching for Farmington Fire Association. And Pumpkin Hook.
Farmington having their August 4th, 5th.
It looks like the Farmington Carnival is August 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's led by Chief Joel Robinson. Thank you, folks.
They brought a couple of pieces of equipment as well. I love the logo, the pumpkin.
The pumpkin hook. The little community.
Next is Patriots for First Responders.
Responders.
Thanks for your support.
And the Webster Girl Scouts.
Next is the Webster Girl Scouts, led by Katina Wright.
They're followed up by the next unit up is the Sodas Homeschool Band. Heather Van
Followed by the Sodas Homeschool Band, led by Heather Van Dusen.
Little God Bless America.
Followed quickly by the Webster Little League.
And apparently we got the Webster Little League stuck in here, so hey. Welcome, ballers. Welcome.
There they are. WAA always associated with Little League. Youth T-ball and baseball.
Next is the Madison Center Fire Department, led by Chief Adam Weinstein. Thanks, guys.
Chief Adam Weinstein and the Madison Center Fire Department here. Followed by Dancing with Denise. Now, I don't know how many years Dancing with Denise.
Next is Dancing with Denise, led by Denise Baller.
As we've been here, Barry.
Yeah. Dancing with Denise Baller.
Get a little dance in front of us here. There we go.
Thank you, girls. Thank you.
And a great job.
Nice job, girls.
And Webster Lacrosse.
Next is the Webster Lacrosse Club. I heard you guys are pretty tough.
Those Webster lacrosse
Stick
and the
with their
Webster
best.
women's lacrosse.
led by Ed Burns.
They're all there. My granddaughter plays lacrosse, and I
The
can tell
women's
you,
lacrosse is yeah,
it's a fast game.
Webster lacrosse and women's with Erica Fox.
And it's also the Webster Women's Lacrosse Club by Erica Fox.
The games are a little different, the men's and women's games.
Yes. Well, there's a little bit difference in the rules.
Yes, and but both fast, both a lot of action, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of fun to watch. And next up, we've got the Wallington Engine Company coming from Wallington. Their chief is Mike Crandall.
Next, we have the Wallington Engine Company, led by Chief Michael Crandall. Thank you, folks, for coming out tonight.
Wallington out in Wayne County. Followed in by the Alton Fire Department. Moving in the heavy rescue. Wallington's attack truck going out of the picture.
Next, we have the Alton Fire Department with their engine 56. Let's hear it for Alton.
Now the Ontario Golf Club,
Some revitalization going on with the golf
Yeah.
club. We've got a new pub.
some new owners, and they got a lot of ongoing renovations going on right now.
Open to the public.
Yep.
And it's a great course. I don't play it, but I've heard from some friends that it's a great course.
I have played it this
Next,
year.
AD Property Services in Webster
Yes, I did. Not well.
Well,
If you hit
and
some divots,
the
they're probably
Ontario Golf
mine.
Club.
yeah, exactly.
Just newly opened. Get out there. Heard it's nice.
Good enough to come out.
But nice folks.
We got AP, we got Webster Police, and AP Enterprises
Thank you, AP. Thank you.
making a lot of noise. John Fico never disappoints.
Obviously, Ontario Golf Club made a deal to go in front of it.
So they wouldn't go down. Some escort vehicles. They brought some stuff. Definitely their theme that they back the blue.
Yep.
That they support our troops. He's got the big I should get my hearing back right around next Thursday.
What did you say? And here's the Soda's Mike Rod.
Next is the Soda's Micro Club. Let's hear it for the next Jeff Gordon.
The Mike Rod Club.
Those are the smallest little go-karts, and they are so much fun to watch.
They are so fun.
Oh,
Soda's Mike Rod Club is one of the largest Mike Rod clubs in New York State, with more than 20 families
Looks like
providing a
fun,
fun,
folks.
safe racing environment for children between the ages of
Next is
5 and
Ronald
18.
Wentz.
There you go.
Patrick Young and Bob Hawk.
Verona Rent.
Verona Rents. They're on Google Vice Road. Patrick Young and Bob Hayden. Couple of Bobcats.
And the other vehicle, yeah. They were much quieter than the ones before.
So this is a restored rig from formerly from the
This is
Wilson
Fire
Department.
Antiques. It's a former Williamson Fire Department 1973 Ward LaFrance squirt.
That will be coming from the former Wilson Fire Department.
Wow.
Big restored.
Next is
Very
Motor
nice.
Options, led by Josh Clem and company.
They get a chance to ride these non-street rides on the street.
Motor Options. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Look out, a little wheelie in front of us there.
Notice how they soften up the tires so they can do some of that stuff and it makes them stick.
Yep. There you go.
Next is Pride Plumbing Services Incorporated.
Pride Plumbing's next. Megan Cashadine. Who's our contact for that? Take pride in taking care of you. There you go. And the Rochester Corvette Club. Now these are some spiffy looking cars here.
Next, it's the Rochester Corvette Club Incorporated.
It looks like they got a pretty good
Director,
turnout.
President Ed Steyer.
It is a beautiful night for a convertible.
It is. It's a great night to be.
And yes, they are fast.
They got a good turnout. It's a nice little convertible.
Pops One, I love his license plate there. Pops One.
See that green much anymore.
Nope. Maybe I could drive my Mustang in the middle of this with a puzzled look on my face, like, how did I get here?
How did this happen?
Yeah.
pay for it. That's the license plate on that one.
Oh, I love it. Hey, following that, I see you coming up the street right after the Corvettes.
We go from 2 wheels
Thank you,
to
Corvette
4
Club.
wheels. Fun. The mini cars. Some of the Damascus Shriners.
Cars from the Perry Shrine Club. Come every year, always glad to see
Next
them.
is the Damascus Shriners, led by Tim Driscoll. Maybe a little slower than his Corvettes, but more fun.
My car died. We lost a couple along the way.
Apparently,
Thank you, gentlemen.
hey, speaking of Damascus Shriners, the Webster Masons are coming up next. They have their car shows on Bay Road every Friday night through the summer. Was there last week.
Next
Awesome
is
cars.
the Webster
Awesome
Masonic Lodge 538.
cars. And Lodge 538.
Master Bill Gross is their leader.
Hey, these
Thank
guys
you,
are going
folks.
to be working the food
And thank you for
stand
helping out
at
in our
the
booth
carnival.
today.
So get out there, see them, spend a little money this
Thanks
weekend
again.
at the carnival. Webster Masons.
Next is the
Webster EMS.
paramedic WEM
Medic 12 is here.
ambulance and medical services.
Advanced Life Support from Northeast Quadrant Advanced Life Support.
Thanks, Matt.
I don't know how many lives they have saved over the years with that advanced medical care, but it's immeasurable. They do a great job.
Webster Ambulance covers most of Webster now, and they'll be there night and day for you. Thank you.
Not most of it. All of it. Webster Ambulance covers all of Webster.
Hear this?
It's not over yet, folks. The next is the Bora Heating and Cooling
Exactly.
with a few antiques.
A little Ford replica from the Bora Heating.
Doing a great job driving it.
He is.
Oh, one more candy group. Napora Heating and Cooling.
The antique you just saw was a 1919. Thank you, guys. Next is Vic Auto Reflection over in Ontario, New York.
Vic's Auto Reflection rounds us out there.
Thank you everybody for coming. This is the end of the line. Make sure you make it to the field. We're going to have bands. We're going to have some games. We're going to have some fun. Come on up today, and there's something for everybody. Thank you for coming out, and be safe.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the telecast of the 2022 edition. After a 2-year hiatus, we were very happy to be back.
We were very happy to be back. Great. We had a great crowd. We had, I don't know, like 70 units, something like that. It was great. It was great to have all of them come out. Beautiful weather, beautiful sunshine. So thanks to you all for tuning in.
Yeah, we're glad we had you too.
And we're glad you were here.
Hopefully we'll see you next year.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.